If
No,
you're...
I think that's... Sorry, Coco.
No, it's just about resources, really.
I was just going to say, I think that's very well put. I would 100% agree. I think you're really spot on with how the side lanes is probably the more important thing, because then that's going to free up the supports to be able to rotate, right?
Yep, exactly. And these supports love rotating if they can. Like if they can leave their offlane alone, and also like when you're losing a lane, what usually happens is like you're losing a lot of resources just to stay alive, just to get some last hits, just to just to at least be contending the creep waves. But if you're winning the lane, suddenly you have a bonus tango, bonus mango, maybe even a smoke you can rotate around. And speaking of smokes, they're going.
They are indeed. We'll see if they're going to clash, though. Seem like there may be a potential fight. Mary, okay, we're chill.
We're chilling.
No shenanigans.
The battle begins.
Force? Forcey force. Right, nothing crazy. 2 for 2 by the looks of it. And we are underway for day 2. MOUZ. See if they're going to have a bit better of a day. And I mean, for Dragon Esports as well. I guess one thing even to look at too is the fact that you have a Grandmaster Invoker. So, looks like he is incredibly comfortable on this hero. We'll see how he's going to shape up versus Supreme, who's also Grandmaster on the Storm Spirit.
2 Grandmasters in the mid lane. What a treat. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. I feel like maybe it's a little bit easier to play as Invoker because the hero has been switched and changed quite a bit. And sometimes you don't even know what to expect exactly from him on these mid matchups. Like I see a lot of players still feeding a first blood thinking they can kill him, and then he just cold snaps you and gets that extra HP. So, he's still a little bit of a... He shouldn't be, I know, but he's still a little bit of a surprise from time to time. But very volatile lane. On mid lane, very volatile lanes in general. Top lane may be the one that I'm expecting most to come out from, but if you're out of position, same can happen on bot.
So what are we looking for then in regards to the top lane? Is there a level timing from either side where there is maybe the threat of kills?
I would say level 3 is like the one where you want to go with what MOUZ have got. Like, I know SF clock sounds... it looks scary, and some players wouldn't even contest it, they would creep skip and stuff. Like Narman is doing right now, he's creep skipping. Which is fine, up to level 3. But from level 3, I actually want to see them diving this SF. It's like, you are playing versus a clock, sure, but you can easily mess this SF up if you get up and close. These pulls are kind of fine, but he's also farming the hard camp, so he's getting more out of it. Like, I actually... it looked like a smart connection by Force, but then... Yeah, you're pulling, but he's just gonna farm that and your wave.
He missed all of them. I mean,
crap.
I guess experience, but like I don't know how he didn't get them. They were uncontested as well.
He's missing he missed some lane creeps as well versus nothing. I was just watching. CS
right.
lol. What can you do?
It happened. It happened. You were mentioning like you'd like to see MOUZ with the level 3 potentially like go for a dive or something, or at least put pressure on Shadowfiend. How do you set that up in regards to the lane? Like, are you thinking about like trying to double up the wave or something?
Nah, it's just like this. You see brambles and then you vacuum him into another bramble and then you just go and he's dead. Basic. It's very simple.
Easy.
It's actually very easy. Like this combo is strong against SF. I was worried that they're not gonna abuse it, but yeah, they're very well aware of it, so they went in for the kill.
Force is one of his better heroes is the Darkseer as well, so I definitely would expect he is got a pretty good read on how he needs to play these Darkseer lanes. We'll take a look at some how the other lanes are going at the moment, because the action will probably continue top lane. Mid, very even between the two. I know you were saying bottom was probably going to be a snooze fest, and it's looking like that's the case. Onet's farming, Inferno's farming as well.
Yeah, Armageddon, it looks like he's gonna go back, but Inferno.
Okay, maybe it's not a snooze fest. I mean, Bengen with the drunken buddies should be enough to get the kill. Own it one more with the power shot. Okay, so I mean, great timing with Armageddon going back and stacking up the triangle. I sense an opportunity, and they're going to be able to capitalize.
Yeah, and this is a bit of a weird rotation mid from Armageddon, but he gets a ward, which is nice. He dewarded. He's still level 2. Like, this is something that I dislike. Moving around with level 2, like, you're missing a huge power spike on level 3. Like, the damage goes up by 50%, so would be nice to stand in that lane and get level 3 on Sniper as well.
This has to be a meme. I still cannot comprehend Sniper being played as a support. I can't get it. Because like you're saying, like, what is the value that he actually provides? Top lane, nice bramble from Narman. Clips from far, vacuum as well in combination. They haven't done enough damage though, and now with Armageddon, this time he's got 2 points up in the shrapnel. Force is actually going to try and run down the sniper. Might pay the price though. Force plays around with the stick charges, tries to get away with the rocket flare. Not enough damage though. Blood grenade also just off the mark.
I was gonna praise the sniper, and then he ended up proving your point. Like, any other position 4 there, like, literally kills at least one of those heroes. But yeah, with sniper, like, even though he had level 3 and all the shrapnels, I'm actually surprised. I think that was more of a misplay than anything else. He definitely had the opportunity to get at least one kill. Didn't happen though, unfortunate. Basically, shrapnel. So this is what happened. Like, this hero got changed, right? He got this facet on shrapnel, scatter shot, and then everyone started playing it. Keep that. Just look at mid. Maybe there's some action happening. Storm.
So not level 6 on Supreme, and it's actually going to be Dire that's the one to make a play first around the mid lane.
Yeah, Bengen at least gets the rune, but can't be happy with that. That's a Carti as well, hitting your tier 1 tower mid. Basically, Sniper was really strong for like 2 days. Basically for 2 days. He was broken for 2 days. When people were unaware of how strong Shrapnel is. You know, like, it just catches you off guard. You're a support and you die to a solo sniper. Like, you just don't expect that damage. It's just too high. But it lasted 2 days until everyone started just adjusting and dodging it, and that's it. Like, you see the shrapnel and you run away out of the range immediately. And after that, the hero just became...
Shadowfiend's gonna run into one of the brambles and vacuum him into the other. On it comes through just in case some assistance was needed.
Yep. They're definitely making this SF very sad on top lane. He still does have the most CS, but not really highest net worth in the game.
The reason why I bring up the sniper is just like, yeah, I'm seeing this guy have a nuke, but I'm kind of like... I'm like, what else?
It's okay, we
like,
can hate him together. We can hate him together. He's got nothing else. Like, sometimes you think about the shard, thinking, okay, maybe the shard does something. You can disarm, you know, slow a target, but no, it's just not worth it. In my opinion, at least. I haven't seen this hero, most games at least, do that well. But he's playable as a nuking for. His ulti is also kinda nice. Nothing crazy though.
Which they're not gonna have the ultimate, of course, too early on for this smoke. They will run into Narman, which may be a little bit awkward of a target, especially with the Shadow Realm. Sentries lay it down. Invoker's gonna be able to get the combo off. They've got the Fiend's Gate as well, and mentioning about the value with the roots. Gonna see that come into play with the kill onto Force. They bring all 5 heroes top though.
Yeah, they got the kill at least, right? Like, it's solid kill. Slowing down the Darkseer a little bit, like he's on top of the net worth charts, by the way. And he played into an SF, so... I love the way they play that lane. Like, just wait till level 3, from level 3 start to diving him. Nicely done.
They're gonna go on it stuck inside the cogs, so unable to really put the pressure onto Infernal. Now own it. Oh, there's gonna be a secondary death down bottom, so MOUZ taking some casualties.
Yeah, they lost the Darkseer top, and then they lost the carry down bottom. Dragons definitely showing some spirit. I like that Infernal. I'm not sure how much I like it, but it's good. Storm top lane. I was talking about Atos. Muha.
Try and charge up the Requiem. They'll cancel it the once. Should be able to get it a second time. Look to TP out. Oh, that was close.
And yeah, that's a walk of shame. 1-3-1 on the SF. At least he's got the Mask of Madness, I guess. Which will help him, but they need their SF to be farming a bit safer. Like, this is 3 deaths now.
Well, they're coming through the portal, but they come through the portal straight into a choke point where Force can put the wall down, and lacking the damage though at the moment by the looks of it.
Yeah, Supreme, not enough mana. He couldn't jump with Storm, and Invoker is also rotating in. So, oh, Supreme.
Okay, Cord cancel the TP now with the hook shot as well. Mary finds an angle, lands onto 2. Narman somehow slips out.
This Clockwork is just doing work. Nice little hookshot there, preventing Storm from jumping away. I don't think he could have anyway, because of the cold snap and the way it hits him now. He'd still get a hit. Mage Slayer, by the way, on Invoker. That's the build. 2 raid bands, power treads, Mage Slayer. Like, I don't know if you remember Stormer yesterday. He literally played the same way. Just go from one lane to another, buy some clarities, and also use the Ghost Walk mana regen that you have right now. 20 HP and 10 mana regen in Ghost Walk. So you can rotate somewhere, use all your spells, and Ghost Walk back to the lane to continue farming. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, and he's showcasing. I mean, he's obviously very comfortable again. Grandmaster on the Invoker. He's going to see the first attempt of the Tornado. Timing's on point. Now with the reinforcements, the reaction is there, and Bengen is going to take his spell. Hookshot is back online for Mary. That's going to get off time for the first stun. There is no more follow-up though. Supreme able to zip away.
Did you see how Storm teleported on top of Clock? He didn't use ulti to get there. It was like the cogs that pulled him in or something. Which also pulled him out of Pit of Malice. But in any case, he was fine there. He'd survive. Armageddon? Sir? Hello?
So warding expedition? What's brother up to?
He's pretending that he's on a safari, you know, sniper in the enemy jungle, searching for some wild animals. I'm not sure.
I see.
I'm not
This
sure.
is a very impressive showing from Dragon. I mean, Invoker, I know you were saying yesterday with how strong Stormer looked on it. We're getting it again from Dual Rays. 2-0 and 2, second net worth. The Fiend's Gates have been on point as well. Very early Atos from Infernal. Shadow Fiend still with the deaths, his second net worth. I mean, you can expect that with still the Razors to be able to farm. And like you said, the Mask of Madness. So they're playing really well on Dire.
Yep, and it's not the most terrible carry into Wind Ranger matchup. Like, you like buying an MKB eventually. I do prefer Wind Ranger to almost any other carry right now. But I wasn't impressed with MOUZ's Wind Ranger yesterday and the way they played her. So we'll see if they can maybe accomplish something more today. Keep in mind that Darkseer is still farming very nicely, like he's the highest net worth on his team, and this pipe does allow them to fight after he gets it at least, but they're kind of far from it.
Nice smoke. Dragon anticipating someone to farm this lane that's pushed out very far forward, but Bengen
They're gonna twin
might
gates,
be
right?
ready.
Supreme? Oh, Supreme. This might not be the farming spot. Never mind, they got us.
Lucky. Bengen's gonna run into them first, pops the smoke, Supreme's gonna farm the wave. Are they gonna get Bengen as well? I mean, he TP'd down, so they'll also see he has no TP anyway, so look short into the Sunstrike. We'll waste a couple of extra seconds here.
Yep. Tier 1 tower maybe. No, never mind. I mixed things up. Tier 1 tower is completely fine. The one on top lane defended by Infernal as well. mid lane. All very healthy on Dire's side.
Wait, are they? Oh,
Yeah,
is
they're
this
trying.
ambitious? Is Infernal dying? Oh wow, I'm so surprised they're going to be able to get the kill, but what's the cost? A shackle from afar, but the cogs will pull 2 into place and... Oh, I don't know. Like, the attempt onto the Underlord already looked difficult. That wasn't going to be an easy kill. It takes you maybe a little bit longer than what you're hoping for. There's always going to be reaction out of Dragon and...
Yeah.
yeah.
They went on him when Wind Ranger was next to the tier 1 tower, or even behind it. So they tried going on that Underlord when everyone was way too far. They needed more damage. They got him in the end, sure, but it was not worth it. $300 gold away on Force. He's gonna have that pipe. Infernal doing basically the same, but he's already got the Atos.
Meanwhile, you've got Lil Pleb or Muxa, however you want to, I don't know, pronounce that.
I think it's Muha, by the way. I'm not sure.
Muha? Okay.
Yeah, because Muha means a fly, and X is an H in like... where is he from? Lil Pleb is Bulgarian, right? I think X is an H as well in Bulgaria.
Okay. Alright, Muha. Well, I'm just gonna believe you. Top lane, more shenanigans going on there. Another attempt onto Infernal's life. And more TPs this time as well. Muha's gonna try and charge up the Requiem, which maybe a little bit unnecessary. Mary off to the left side though is gonna find the hook shot. Maybe he's gone into the Lion's Den though. Mary runs into 3. It does split them away from Bengen, so both supports on MOUZ are gonna die. They wanna fight? Can they fight? Force? Looking for the angle, vacuum into the wall as well, own it with the damage output. There's a big kill if they get onto the Invoker. A decent streak for them to find, but the Storm Spirit's out of mana, runs back into the root as well.
It looked so good. Yep.
Own it now, own it, own it. What? Own it? I'm okay. Atos not having the mana at the moment on Infernal. Onit's gonna try and turn with the Shackle. Muha's just over on the right side though, so the Shadow Fiend not having the damage to try and have an opportunity to get the kill onto Onit. Now we'll turn with some of the raises, but Onit is standing strong. Another round of the spells up shortly.
Was that some 5-headed Jebate by Onit?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what's going on.
I was thinking he's Iron Shield, so he's running in, but he wasn't even. It so it just looked really weird. In any case, these two wards next to the Watcher killed Invoker, the Sentry and the Observer. Very nice wards by Radiant, enabling everything that just happened on top lane.
Supreme and Muha? Supreme looking for a solo kill. Onit's gonna come through. Let's see who else joins from the portal. Is now stuck inside the pit with the Suns. What's going on this game?
Yeah, it's a crazy one. And what's crazy as well is SF gets free TP to base because of Underlord, so he heals up. And a free kill on the enemy carry as well.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Dual raise, he stopped, he's got DD.
Should result in a kill onto Bengen. Don't Nash just the drinking buddies.
Too strong.
Very
This
cool.
this spell just does way too much. Like, imagine if this spell just repositioned you and gave you 25 movement bonus.
Oh, Bengen. Drinking buddy on cooldown. That's where the snowboard's able to come into play. He still somehow is able to fly on over the cogs and waste a little bit of extra time, but MOUZ were not ready for that fight.
Look, if that spell didn't give you damage, it would still be strong. Like, if you just delete this damage or make it 50%, Tusk is still strong. It just does way too many things. Movement speed bonus, pulls you out of problems, pulls your teammate out of a Lion's Den, and gives him damage as well. It's like, I don't know, way too much. Bot lane Supreme.
I need to do a raise. They've got the Observer Sentry up on the high ground, but a little bit out of range for that Supreme.
Oh. That's the reason, no hook. Hook shot on 10 seconds cooldown. So he couldn't really connect in all the other situations, Clockwork connects and they kill him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But it's definitely a little bit frustrating for Duo not to get the kill, but regardless, you send Supreme all the way back to base, so we're seeing this Storm Spirit having a bit of a difficult time to keep up in the net worth. Are they rushing? I guess maybe they came with the drinking buddies?
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. They might try, but still, I don't feel it. Let's see, let's see. They have Rocket Flare, like they... yeah, Rocket Flare was used, unfortunately, and there's the Sunstrike at least scouts them. I really think they
And
can
they're
contest
coming.
this, yeah.
Yeah, they will. They're not going to give it up. Rift in, TP into the outpost. Radiant got a decent ward. We'll see what Force can do as well. Level 12 here for the Darkseer. Really going to be pivotal for them inside this team fight if they can land the combos around a choke point. They will deal with the Observer, which was a big advantage that MOUZ were playing for. Maybe the wraparound is the call now.
No, they will try, they will try. They have the Iron Shell on the Tusk, on the Storm.
I see Force. Observer stuck inside the jungle. So there was a bit of opportunity to maybe try and chase down Force, but they're not going to go to where MOUZ are currently set up until they see maybe Bengen over to the left side. Drag back, pulls him out of the Sunstrike range, but MOUZ trying to get the damage out. Terrorize not good enough. That'll drag back one. So Mary's making it work for this Clockwork. Is not an easy kill. Bengen, first casualty of war. We're looking for our second one now as Force. Search up in a couple of seconds, but gets a pretty decent combo, but there is no one else. Everyone is left in. They're going to try and use the Requiem, but Force is able to get some distance away. Catch up to him, tries to TP. They've got the vision, but Force is out. Nowhere to cancel.
So they lost, what, one hero? That's perfect for them. And Rosh also left top lane, so...
Oh, we got caught by the Atos.
But no mana. No mana on Pit of Malice. He used Atos and didn't have enough mana. Very sad. Yeah, that's why they didn't kill him. But top lane was a weird fight from both sides. Like, the Vision Gaming was pretty good on both sides. But SF having BKB made it too difficult for them to go. Like, SF is a perfect target until the BKB. After the BKB, yeah, you probably don't want to initiate on him. So they couldn't, and now this opens up Rush for Dire, actually. Now it's on... The only difference is, I don't think you can contest it as Radiant. I don't think MOUZ can actually go in there. No BKB on Almond. If he had the BKB, maybe you can, but without it, it's just not possible.
No BKB, no wall. So no team fight. Dragon looking good. Looking very good. Yesterday was a quick 2-0 from Avulus. 28 minutes and 31 minutes. They have fixed some of their issues from that series in particular. Yesterday, have the lead. The lead is not growing though. I think really the most it has been is this 3,000 mark. So we are still seeing MOUZ stick around.
Yeah, they're definitely not even close to being out in this game. It's all about the BKB on Windranger. Like, once you get that, suddenly you can actually just right-click the SF and get on top of him. Use your ulti. So, Supreme as well. Like you said it yourself, Grandmaster, Storm Spirit. We're just waiting for the BKBs. Like, once they get the BKBs, we'll see how the fights go. Because suddenly then you can actually eliminate targets. You can kill the Invoker, you can kill the Sniper, the SF. Bengen. Mr. Bengen. He tried to use Drinking Buddies on the wave, but a bit too slow.
I see. Another death for Bengen. They will now look to occupy the northern side of the map by the seams of it for Dragon. This will give MOUZ down bottom. It's going to get pushed out. You got Narman trying to find that level 12 for the Dark Willow. This will maybe give them time to deward the triangle, importantly, and get some extra vision down if they want to. They've already got a ward. It is going to expire in 50 seconds though. This would be a great position for them to control.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower.
That SF slaps.
Yeah.
Solar Crest, Electrity.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, big boy.
Radiant's
He is a big boy. Because that presence affecting buildings as well, so they will fall incredibly quick. This is something that you're going to continue to fear for the next 2 minutes 40 now. MOUZ can siege freely, and doesn't look like they're really going to mount a defense. Look at the line of wards that are set up at the moment here from Dragon. One by the Wisdom Broom, one on the high ground at the Triangle Outpost.
They want to tour me.
They are wanting to control. Force scattered up with the Sunstrike. We're looking to try and go in, create some chaos, but...
Did he? Yeah, he spread his arms out like he was about to vacuum that, but tried to snatch it. But yeah, no, wasn't gonna happen. They lose the Tormentor, but this might be a smoke. Yeah, they're smoking up, and the only problem is these deep wars that you just mentioned. They will give them at least an inkling feeling that they're smoked.
Supreme will be the one to lead the charge. Running straight through the lane. MOUZ, very powerful position. They're looking for the wraparound, but it seems like Dire are aware of this.
Yeah, they know.
And MOUZ, perfect reads. Blue Pleb knows exactly what's going on. Supreme's gonna pop out inside the lane.
They knew. It's hard to smoke out the way they did when, even though the lanes were in good position, like bot lane is pushing, mid lane was fine.
Well, they're
it's still
smoking
hard.
Mary. Smoke's gonna pop, drops the ward on the high ground. They see Supreme. Do they want to go on this though?
It is hard for both teams right now. Like you have BKBs on most cores, like Windranger Storm on one side, SF on the other.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Invoker is probably the simplest one maybe to kill, but
Radiant's
even
middle
that is not that easy when you consider the pipe on Underlord and just Invoker being kinda very mobile. He's got a pike as well.
Surprisingly tanky, right? Like Mage Slayer Pike, like you said. 2300 health, a lot of armor, 21. Seems like for Radiant too, like we saw they're okay with dangling someone's life. You know, the potential of, because you're Bengen double braces Solarcrest, he's also really tanky. Speaking of Bengen, we'll run into Mary, but instant pit, and it looks like Olnet's just going to run to the opposite side. They're going to give Bengen up. It does seem like what we was, you know, before at least some glimpses of the fact like they don't mind putting someone first to potentially bait Dragon from Oma committing. You snowball save, and then you potentially have a setup for the vacuum wall, which we are still yet to see be a team fight turning.
Yeah, it was nice a couple of times, but it wasn't really useful, let's put it that way. He managed to combo well, like he comboed 4 heroes at some point, but the fight was already over. However, Aegis is reclaimed. Dragon, though, they did a good thing. Even though they didn't really force any big fights with Aegis, they did farm almost up to the MKB. So he's 500 gold away. If they could also dodge this smoke and buy the MKB first, I think that would be really good, great for them. But
is under attack.
let's see if they can accomplish that.
I was going to say maybe there was a first opportunity of the game. They were about to run into the Invoker. They might
Underlord,
run into the
maybe.
Infernal instead, though. Zip on over the tree line, and yeah, they're going to get the Underlord. So, first real big core kill we've seen out of MOUZ. It is all 5 heroes that swing together in combination, because they were maybe anticipating that there was a further fight to break out, but they're going to get the kill and look to try and get back out on the map.
Not a bad kill, over 1,000 gold for them, for the Radiant team, so that's cool. But SF, most importantly, survived, and he's got an MKB completed. Now this is a big problem. Now it's even Dragon Gaming. They can smoke up. Block.
Mary?
It's got a
A
gem.
couple own it.
That's courier.
That actually, it's a very valuable kill. I mean,
I love
vicious the choreo.
I love that he's he was controlling the courier the whole time he had the gem, literally the whole time. From the moment he bought the gem, he was just following himself with the courier in case he dies. Unfortunately, it was a bit too far away.
Now, TG Tower is going to be sieged from Olnet, and A lot of chip damage. In fact, a potential tower as well that will go down off the back of the damage. Chuck out some spells, force a reaction. Would love a BKB. They're not going to get it though.
I'm kind of surprised they're not. I'm pretty sure they would have smoked earlier if not for losing these 2 kills, these 2 heroes. And now they will smoke, even though they should be aware there's vision here, right? Like 100%. The smoke was even pinged out. Infernal lost it when defending the lane.
A lot of vision that they just got with the flare.
They know where Storm
Know where Supreme is. Supreme, he's gonna be jumped, dragged back, bounced everywhere, but the Cogs somehow gets the BKB off. And now, do you really want to enter the high ground? MOUZ, they've set up a formation. You're fighting into their ward, into a choke point with the threat of the wall, and they will think otherwise.
Yeah, position 5 for oh, they're going for the
that
Wisdom
rift was close where they were. Is he gonna go back through? No, okay.
No, they're
Are they gonna go through the rift?
Also not. Everyone afraid of the rift. Yeah, you lost the clock for BKB on Storm. Not the worst, not the best. I really think he should be even cogging. I think when he what he attempted to do is push him out to the low ground with the cogs, but instead he pulled him in. And then it just made it maybe even easier for Storm to press that BKB and run away. But if he managed to maybe push him to... yeah, it doesn't really matter. They just don't have enough BKB piercing disables to kill him. So in any case, Storm was alive there. It's just a bad target to initiate on, especially on high ground.
Storm's got a Scepter queued up as well for Supreme, so feeling like how he wants to play this game is a potential extra follow-up to the AoE that they already have. I mean, the combo looks crazy with the vacuum into the Terrorize and the Storm's AoE, or maybe he wants to be the one that actually goes first. Often Darkseid likes being that counter initiation, or like that follow-up to someone who starts a fight and makes kind of chaos happen, and then you can use that to your advantage when the formation is broken. So you will see Supreme feeling like this is the route that he needs to go down this game to have some impact. 1, 3, and 5 net worth isn't too bad. I mean, definitely bottom net worth, but let's see what he can do.
Yeah, it's like yesterday we saw Stormer being very sacrificial on Storm as well. I think something similar will happen here. And also keep in mind that it's really good with Wind Ranger. Like, this is all AoE, focus fire damage, so basically you're setting up for her to just clean up, and she's almost got Daedalus, 100 gold away. Unfortunately, the waves have been cleaned.
They got a sentry on the high ground. They do not. Dulray's gonna lead the charge. Is he gonna be able to get the BKB off? The Terrorize is there. They got the chain control with the shackle. The damage is the thing in question now. Dulray's is able to get the force up away with the turn. Eyes on Mulhan, what he can do. Shadowfiend trying to enter the fight, but difficult placement with the wall is gonna force them away. Infernal, he will not be so fortunate by the looks of it. The Underlord, he is tanky. Armageddon looks to try and step out of the trees, but the sniper really can offer nothing to keep the Underlord alive. So the offlaner will go down. Armageddon will attempt the TP. He'll be okay.
You have to really respect the wall. Like, Darkseid can build some great walls this game, and the SF illusion hurts. Like, that's the problem. The SF illusion hurts, plus you can get the... Like, he got the two best wall targets. He got Underlord and SF at the same time. It's like two best illusions you can get in the game. You get everything from the Underlord, all the auras, and on top of that you get all the damage from the SF.
Not a bad Corey snipe from, I think it was Dulray's? Oh, wow. Well done. Oh my god. They used the flare scouted out the health of Roche, and then a couple seconds after the Sunstrike, so he timed it perfectly. Supreme. Okay, maybe unfortunately Mary was a little bit too far away to get the hookshot while the rift was coming through, so Supreme was always able to get the zip out.
Rough game for Bangan, man. Like, I look at Dragons and they've got 19 kills. I look at Bangan and he's got 10 deaths. It's like, yeah.
Happens.
it happens, but it's... Oh, it hurts, you know?
How's he so far with 10 deaths?
Yeah, that's
What?
true. That's true. That's true as well. Like he's got 6 assists, but 10 deaths, and he's got 2 bracers, Vlad's, and the Solar Crest. Like this is insane.
Yeah. I do want to quickly mention they lost the MKB, so the Daedalus on the Courier. The Invoker sniped it, so a minute 30 without this now. Maybe that was going to be important with the fight down bottom, but MOUZ were able to avoid it, and they will now probably try and avoid fights until this item, at least until the Courier respawns.
Yeah, they have a 4-minute timer on the Aegis, so you can wait another extra minute, and you'll still have enough time to play around that Aegis. So not too terrible for them. They're gonna get some level 18s as well. Level 18 on Storm Spirit about to be claimed.
And importantly, almost a Scepter as well, Supreme. Halfway towards the last component being the point booster. And even though they have a 7,000 deficit, we see MOUZ posturing very aggressively inside the territory of Dio.
What do you think about Aghanims on Dark Willow? Narman has it.
Magus on Dark Willow? Okay. Jeez, okay.
I mean, not something you see that often anymore, but he went for it, and he's got a Hyperstone queued up like a Moon Shard. He just wants to... This man just wants to right-click. Mary?
Zip in. Clockwork the initial target. 2,800 health they have to go through, and unfortunately, Shadowfiend sidesteps his own teammate's hook shot.
Yeah, that, and also he had Solar Crest, and he had Magic Wand 15 charges unused. So this Clockwork definitely could have lived. It's just a little bit of a panic.
Another Wizard sniped, I think 2 in a row with the Rift.
Yeah, they need to wait for him the next time. Set up a gank on the Wisdom Rune. He shouldn't be allowed to do this. He's very big on Underlord as well. Crimson, Atos, going for Greaves.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Armin's looking for the backline. We'll get scouted dropping the Observer Ward. Requiem as well from MOUZ, but this Requiem, is it really going to give you a whole lot? Alacrity drop
Storm
down,
is
got to be cautious if you group up.
Nice.
Eyes on Force, is he going to be able to land the wall? The wall is there, Vacuum as well, bunch of illusions, but they're forced to retreat away. They can't continue to control the area.
Just enough mana to TP away and get away on Storm. Yeah, they can't control the area, even though they had the Aegis on Storm. He's now got Aghanims. So maybe that's something you can play around with that Daedalus completed. But, okay, I really have to commend the 2 supports on MOUZ, even though I don't dislike the Aghanims on Dark Willow. What I really like... Wait a minute, Bengen.
Another one. Olnet's
Is it
nearby.
though?
Oh, he zipped into the... Okay, it's not going to matter in the end. Still able to get the Vortex off Olnet. Having a difficult time, but running past the cogs, so the Focus Fire has now expired. Shackle doesn't latch onto a tree. Supreme still got the Aegis though for 50 seconds. Yeah, okay, they don't want to kill him. Supreme, he's still going to try and charge him down. A little bit of mana getting regened up now. But Muha ducks under the cover of the Shadow Blade. Is he going to go through the pit? Okay, Supreme.
They just don't want to kill him. At least they didn't want to up to this point. Maybe now they do. Let's see.
Oh.
Assassinate. He's channeling it, stopping it, channeling it, stopping it. I think at this point you can just kill him anyway, right? Like, whatever. 20 seconds, the Aegis will be reclaimed. Yeah, just to commend the supports. They 2 supports on MOUZ. They both went for 4 staffs. Actually, not the 2 supports. Dark Willow went for a 4 staff, and the Darkseer went for a 4 staff, which is also kind of cool. It's not your standard Darkseer item, but the mobility in this game means so damn much, and you can see it in these fights. Against Clockwork, against Pit of Malice, and just getting away from SF and all the Invoker spells too. You know, just clearing some distance against these heroes. Like, 4 staff kinda died. Sniper mid, also kinda dead.
Just the one though. Nothing more they'll get. Invoker buys out for the Hex, so big item now completed for dual raise. Potential for him to be able to blow up one hero 4-0.
Do you like the Satanic on SF? Like, he's looking very damn scary. He's got almost
He
a
is,
silver
but
edge.
they're just gonna kite him. Like you're saying, these 4-stars. I mean, MOUZ's never been able to right-click anyone.
That's true, that's true.
I don't... Supreme. Okay, there's the Hex reveal into the Requiem as well, but the Force-Off gets him out of range of the damage. Still is he able to get the zip away. Supreme stopped at the last second. They want to fight though. They see an opening, especially when they're going to be able to drag them back into own its AoE damage. It's a massacre. The meat grinder is there. MOUZ with the combo. And Infernal's going to get run down as well.
Ay caramba. That was perfect. Like, the Storm does die, but yeah, they had everything afterwards. No BKBs on Dire as well, so they could just easily initiate. Nicely done by Force, like he said it yourself, like this is one of his most played heroes. Went in, vacuum, wall, follow up by Allnet. And that's all the Zero needs. He just needs some control. It's so much easier to play if you're Radiant. It truly is. Why? Because on one side you have a normal carry, on the other you have a Wind Ranger. That's why it's easier.
Yeah, it just seems like one is easy to be kited, whereas the other can run you down from no cap of speed with Windrun.
And keep in mind that it's also 45% reduction, right? Like, Windrun reduces physical damage taken by 45%, so SF, even though he has MKB, he's hitting for 50% less.
Go raise. Okay.
This is a side, I think they can finish it off easily. Storm is in.
Dip in. Supreme's only going to be able to find one though, but it looks like that one will be the Clockwork, which is still a little bit of the control. What we've seen so far is they need really everything in combination together to be able to hold a person into place and let the Shadowfiend right-click, who will be up now. And with that, maybe it's going to force MOUZ away, so they're going to be happy with what they've gotten though. Will be tier 3 tower along with the melee barracks claimed in the middle lane.
I just have to say, like, right now, looking at this game, I feel a bit bad for Dire because they played the game, which they played the map arguably a bit better, but it's just like a carry diff, but not in a sense of a carry player diff, but a carry hero diff. It's just so much easier for MOUZ at the moment, and there is no Blade Mail-esque heroes on Dragons that can prevent this focus fire from owning them. Maybe
look at this positioning of the Shadowfiend. Oh, no, there's no sentry, there's no detection. MOUZ is going to try and charge up the Requiem, all or nothing onto the Wind Ranger. If they got the damage, Allnet pops the BKB. Allnet's going to try and get away over to the western side. Will he be able to live? Barry with a hook shot. Finds him, Cogs bounce back. They got the kill. They got their primary target. It cost them so much. Now let's see if they're going to have enough left in the tank to be able to win an even bigger team fight as well. Dual Raise drops the combo onto Bengen. With all their stuns used, some of the other heroes will be able to TP out, but it will be a 2-for-0 favoring Dire.
Yeah, look at that Trosh respawning in 20 seconds. A breath of fresh air maybe for the Dire squad. Like, they can go into the pit soon. And Wind Ranger will be out for 50 seconds. More than enough time to finish that Aegis. By the way, but just stroke of genius really there by Dire. I'm sounding biased right now, but I am biased against Wind Ranger. Like, very nicely done by them. Like, they're like, basically one team needs to just play Dota, the other has to find ways to play Dota. And that little Shadow Blade behind them to use the Requiem, playing on the fact that Storm is just a little bit far behind on the left side actually, so that gem didn't catch him. Like, that gem wasn't in range. And also Mary playing out of his mind on his Clockwork. Wind Ranger, even though all of that happened, she almost survives still. But Clockwork managed to get on top of her, kill her off.
It really may be a different story though if Allnet gets his Satanic, because we have seen that there has been a really big difficulty with them actually being able to blow anyone up inside a stun lock. So I mean, I don't know, maybe this refresher might change things. You have like double hex for the Invoker or double combo. I have to imagine is probably what you're looking for. So
You are,
we'll see. Maybe that's
Yeah, one thing that I would like is Bengen has 3,000 gold. Like, he wants to buy a halberd. I just want to see this dagger on him. Just buy a dagger. Like, you're the only real save on your team. Like, you have Terrorize, you have Vacuum Wall, whatever. But instant save is the Tusk, and you can use it against the Hex, so...
I don't know if he's like... If his mentality is like, I've gone too far into this like super tanky build, because he's got 3,500 health, and maybe it's just like, yo, if I go dagger now, like, what's the point of me of going for these items, like the braces, so. Whatever? To
no.
Okay.
Like you can go these items, and these items are amazing on him, and you can still buy a dagger afterwards. I think the only reasoning behind not buying it is Pit of Malice and all the roots. Walker.
He'll raise. This time,
oh,
they're gonna have some vision. They're gonna try and go with the Evoker. Just runs blindly in. It's not gonna work a second time. They will have the vision now.
That was a misplay for sure by Invoker. He attempted to gain that ground right there, but the sentry was already planted by Bengen.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Like, you know what? Actually, not even the dagger. You don't have to buy the dagger. Buy Lotus. I feel like even Lotus is better than the halberd.
The halberd's definitely been an item that we have seen really fall off a cliff. Oh, and it's gonna run into Mary. Should be able to find a quick, easy kill. Supreme will even zip on over.
Then again, there's one hero dealing damage, and that's the SF. So if you can halberd him, I guess that's as good as saving someone. No, maybe that's the thought process behind it. Darkseer is buying Lincoln, so he'll be able to plant it on someone. Supreme actually buying Refresher on the Storm. And a pool with the Aghanims.
Swiftblink actually completed here for the Shadow Fiend. So could see a combo out with the hook shot into the Swiftblink. That's how they want to use it. Supreme with the zip. Only onto the sniper. They're going to force a buyback out of Mary. Ice Ball jumps in. Nice Shield Scepter's going to be able to dodge it, but it doesn't protect the Storm. He will be feared up and brought down. Now Mulha looking for the Dark Willow too. Able to get the Terrorize off. Infernal's still going to be in with the pit though. They'll hold them back. Raiding. They're thinking about a team fight. They're trying to see an angle to enter on it. It's a little bit awkward though. He has to run through the pit past the cogs. Force his in. Ready to go. Supreme off the back to buyback too. It's perfect. It is everything you want from the buyback of Supreme. Oh, and it's not done just yet. It's an ultra for the Wind Ranger. Give the man the rampage. He doesn't have focus fire anymore, but he can use his raw damage output to bring down the members on Dire. And they are in shambles. It's about to be a dieback here for the Underlord. Let's see if it's a rampage timing. Force will take it. They're going to be happy with the game victory, no, nonetheless.
Just get me out. I don't want to watch another game while Wind Ranger is this broken. Like, this is just insane. Buyback by SF is going in. They're going to try. One last
try, they will. A miss it'll be though. Oh boy.
Come on, like the network difference wasn't even there. It was like 2-3k max before that fight started. I think like maybe a bit higher. It doesn't really matter. The hero is just dumb. That vacuum wall, Ricky didn't work at TI.
But everyone was playing it in pubs. Everyone was practicing it. Like when I was looking at what the mid lane is playing. Like everyone was playing multiple games of Ricky.
Yeah, because the hero was really damn strong up to TI, and then did it even get played? I'm not
yes,
sure.
It did. Yeah.
But in any case, yeah, Ricky was really damn good, and then just I still think it's playable. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to Legion, she was way too broken with the facet. The overwhelming odds were basically a better shield crash when it got added. More damage and more block. But it had to be nerfed. So maybe they over-nerfed it. Maybe that's the problem. I love to have fun.
A bit unfortunate.
No good luck. No good luck. Just have fun.
Yeah, that's right. You're a good luck hater. I remember this now. I'm
not. Come on, it's nice. To
You're
be,
a good luck hater. No. What's going? This is a very interesting smoke. Are they? Do they know? They know something? Wait, Warhouse also pinging. What? Or maybe saw the Watcher? I don't know.
He knows.
No.
He has nighttime vision. He has better vision, and the Watcher has been claimed, so he knows. He knows.
Oh, but he didn't see the Watcher. He
didn't
just
see
saw it then when he ran
yeah,
past.
Yeah.
So is this just some like crazy read? What?
I'm not sure. I think so. I think it was just a crazy read. Maybe they played each other before, or he saw the smoke somewhere else happening. Not sure. We'll see. The dual block, by the way, from Force. And Narman killing the range creep.
This still being a thing is so stupid.
At least you can't pull and stack the waves like you used to. That was a good patch.
Yeah.
If you remember, when you could just stack up 2 waves. That's it. Job's done. Off lane 1. You don't have to lane if you can do that. It's crazy, actually. Like, at the moment, we are having a really decent laning Dota. Not a lot of shenanigans are being done, you know? Like, back in the day, there's always something. Either Tusk with shards, or Shaker with fissure, or Clock with cogs. There's always something. Right now, besides this block and maybe Trample from Primal, there isn't really a lot.
No, like... own it? A lot of damage top lane. Own it. Okay.
Yeah.
No, even though like
well.
shitty tri lanes, like thank God that hasn't been a thing. I know this is something a little bit different than what you're pinpointing, but far out, I hate watching tri lanes.
Yeah, I don't know. Tri lanes, for me, you can hate them, but the mind games when tri lanes were a thing were much higher when it comes to the way you set up lanes and how you play Dota. Like, the mind games were a little bit higher, bigger, because you had to understand the tri lane really well as well. Like, you needed to know how you can dominate, who you can dominate with the tri lane, and then set it up. It just added another layer to drafting. Like, now you don't have that. You know that it's gonna be 2-1-2, and just pick a strong 2 laners, lol. Yeah.
Armageddon might be run down. This is... Now that I remember, this is the combo that we saw from MOUZ, right? Where they did play the Bristleback with the Witch Doctor. So it seems like something they really like, and already we're seeing the exact same thing with them diving in the tower with the Witch Doctor and the Bristle.
Yeah. Someone as well played Warlock Bristle. I'm not sure if it was them or maybe Navi Jr. or someone like that, but that also looked really solid. So basically the secret to success is pick Bristle and something that heals him up in the lane, which does make sense, right? Like, the Zero is always good with these types of supports. Your treants, Witch Doctors, Warlocks, Oracles.
I know you were mentioning about your Bristle flex that you've been seeing a little bit. I was just watching. I turned on the other streams real quick and had a look, and I saw Miposhka was playing Bristleback 5.
Really? There you go. Like, I told you. Yes. I told you. Like, I'm not making shit up. Like, I'm playing a lot of Dota. I'm seeing a lot of crazy things, and sometimes, like, you just feel that something is strong in your games, you know? Like, you see this Bristle played by some rank 500 guy, and he's owning on 5, and you're like, okay, there is something to it. Like, this can actually work.
We'll see some other people want to try and cook it up as well. What else we have in store? We didn't speak much about the tiny puck. We were kind of trying to guess what some of the other last picks were going to be. Top lane, Onan and Bengen.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to be okay. Yeah, we're trying to guess what the last offlaner was going to be. But we didn't speak too much about this matchup. It is a matchup, of course, we saw yesterday. It was Mobe that played. It had a really good performance with the tiny on Dandelions, and we'll see Supreme. Of course, this is a pretty comfortable matchup for the Tiny into the Puck, but Puck's having a very good lane at the moment.
Yeah, he's losing with Tiny against Puck, which I guess it can happen in the lane, but it's probably most likely shouldn't. Later on, it's just much better to play the Tiny in this matchup. However, I feel like everyone is comfortable playing puck into anything right now. Like even into DK, into TA, whatever you play against as puck, you're kinda okay. But Tiny is just a nuisance throughout the game. Like he can burst you down on his own. Like you can die to a solo Tiny through the game. Especially if he gets a good start, the game can go south real fast.
There's not much else that he has to be worried about though. It is only just the Tiny, pretty much. Maybe like the combo into like a Bramble as well is really the best thing that they kind of have from MOUZ. But besides that, and like Duel's had a really good game on the Invoker last game as well. So hopefully he can transition that. You know, I know they didn't get the victory, but maybe can look to transition that into a strong game too.
Yep. Like he had a really good game. One of those games where you kind of deserved the dub, but didn't happen. Yeah, like you said, Brambles and Toss, the worst thing that can happen to the puck, but you also have Omni Knight on your side, so it won't be easy killing anyone with that Repel being utilized, if it gets utilized properly, of course. Top lane, they might die.
Yeah, maybe looking for a dive. Gonna try and play around with the overwhelming odds. Stun will be there to cancel the TP, but Duel's actually looks to come in to offer some assistance. Gotta be cautious about the damage that's ramping up from the backside. Onet though will go down. Great TP in from Duel's, and they're gonna be able to get a second kill by the looks of it as well. Shrapnel to slow down Bengen. Third shrapnel required. Might get the very close to getting the deny. Not going to be the case. Duel's beautifully done. Double kill. And meanwhile, on the other side, Force is also getting chased down by Mary. So
almost died to the neutrals. He was left with like 10 HP and managed to get away, but Mary is still chasing him, so gotta be careful.
is this how this bottom lane is supposed to go? I mean, I know the Omni Knight's got pure damage, but...
Yep, it's Luna Omni. Like, it's not an easy lane for Timber. Can't really do that much against them. Maybe Force and Armin could have done a little bit better overall, but it's not an easy lane. Like even your whirling, that kind of works against you. You take away the stats from Mary and then he just heals up even more. Top lane is still a problem, even though they did get those kills with Puck. They are still being pressured very, very hard.
They are indeed. Maybe though, with that first rotation working out for the Puck, we could see him set up now with the extra experience and maybe a little bit of extra gold to mimic what we saw prior, because we know, I mean, the Bristleback we're continuing to see when this hero is picked, he's often diving the enemy's tower. Bottom lane Force is just gone. Muha, Eclipse, 3 points in Beam. It's been a very difficult start to the Timber lane.
Yeah, it was just the Lucent Beam that we talked about during the draft. He tried to Timber Chain away, but he got Lucent Beamed. And if he doesn't Timber Chain away, he dies to Eclipse. So the tier 1 tower is gone. Timber saw definitely the loser between the two offlaners, even though the Legion isn't really having a much better time. She's also struggling.
Oh, he's actually going to go for the coil, okay. Bengen will look to swing on over, but with the mass spam of Shrapnel, they might even get the kill to Supreme. I mean, this Puck is balling out. Duel's might even look for another as well. Bengen, is there a threat of him diving under the tower? Looks like there is not, but a great start for Radiant.
Yeah, Duel's actually owning once again, same like he did in that last game. It has to be said that Sniper actually did a ton of damage there with the level 3 Shrapnel, so he's actually, for the first time in the last 15 games, having some nice impact early on. I'm not talking about the player, I'm just talking about the hero. But yeah, very surprised with the Puck's performance so far. Not because of the player, just because of the hero matchup. It's not easy for him to play this game.
Nicely done from Narman. Was able to read. They had their own observer ward, I believe, inside the river that scouted out the clockwork not the clockwork, sorry, the Omni and the Sniper running into the triangle. So he was able to see that they had an observer ward in the inventory, and then he saw them leaving as well. So important that they were able to deward their triangle to continue to protect the stacks and the position where the Bristle or the Timber wants to farm. And honestly, do you want to give the stacks to the Timber or the Bristle? Because Force has really struggled in the lane. And he might die again. Cautious, because Dulraze sees an opportunity to go for the Timber. Eclipse is back up, not the longest cooldown. And they are using this straight away. Killing spree now for the Park.
They just don't have an offlane right now. I feel like MOUZ, they've got an extra support from the position 3. And it's kind of rough. And you were asking who's going to take the stacks. It might be Luna. Like, she's the one going in. At least these stacks on the right side are going to be taken by her. Maybe the other ones can be contested too. I really wouldn't give them to Timber. I don't even think he takes them fast enough. I'd give them to Bristle so he gets his Ags. Aghanim is his, what, like 1,500 gold away.
Okay.
They just don't have damage, you know, to go through Omni as well. That's something that I find very concerning for MOUZ. Like, even if they get this Aghanims on Bristle, which they should and they will soon, it won't be that simple to fight. Tiny smoked up and a dagger. This is their play, right? Like, go with the tiny dagger.
It's a must convert. And the Luna would be a huge kill. You got Mary playing behind, level 6 on the Omni Knight. So Supreme's gonna reveal the blink, look for the toss back. We'll see if they got the nuke. Bengen tries to TP out on Muha. Muha's actually gonna make it. Nice read. Maybe, I don't know if he got unlucky with not getting a bounce back of the cask or whatever,
No,
but...
it was repel. It was repel. Like, he repelled Luna and then they started TPing. So the stuns don't really work through it, so he just TP'd. That was it. Like, they saw it, you saw it, everyone saw the Omni standing there. They still attempted to go on the Luna. Why? Because they have paralyzing cask and death ward. Didn't work though. Supreme now.
Supreme? Might have to break the coil, but again, I mean, Dulraze is just being able to freely use his spells, and another round of the clips, another kills. This game is getting messy. This is not good for MOUZ at all. You've lost your blink reveal. You're gonna lose another stack of ancients as well.
Yeah, and they're playing without their offlane, by the way. Keep that in mind. Legion is just chilling on top farming. Like, Infernal is having his own Dota game. Like, he doesn't see what's happening elsewhere, and it's fine. Like, he doesn't even have to. He doesn't have to join the teammates. This Luna pick was just too good versus Timber. It crushed the lane, and now it's also crushing him in, like, let's say this fight. Timber kind of initiated all right, but just got destroyed by the Luna.
And now Forces what?
This time it didn't happen because he's still going in. It's might be possible if Tiny connects.
So the one person who's having a good game so far is the Legion top. And Own it as well. They're looking to try and shut him down. Sprucer back needs some TPs, but the damage from Muha. Oh my, this is you got some serious issues if the Luna's just able to almost pretty much right-click you down from 4 to 0.
Yes, sir. 5k advantage, 10 minutes in, 13 minutes in, 10-0, maybe 11-0 if Bengen falls here. Nice smoke.
Okay.
I don't think he was dead, but still.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. Maybe they can
They're
initiate.
going back in. Is that the call? Supreme. Looking for the combo. Terrorize doesn't connect onto Mary, so Mary's going to be able to get the protection off here. Repel will buy some time, and now the escape is being called. Not going to get away on Narman. Force wants to jump back over the top, but it's going to be lacking the damage. Maybe Supreme will provide it, but even then, it's not enough. They still cannot get a kill. 0 on the board for MOUZ. It's going to be 14-0. Oh my.
14-0, my friend. This isn't something you see very often. 7k advantage. This Luna almost has a Manta completed, by the way. After this tower, it's literally a Manta. Manta done. Mask of Madness, Manta, minute 14. He's breaking some records. 404. No deaths found on this Luna. Just chilling. It's a... yeah, it's a good score. It's a good day to be this Luna. Legion as well getting that one duel win down bottom. They just it's so difficult for them to play the game when they lost the offlane so hard. I wouldn't even say it's the mid lane. Like mid lane, okay, Tiny didn't do as well as he usually can against the puck, and his rotations didn't connect. But the offlane was really the true issue of this game.
And it looks like, unfortunately for them, they're not going to have an offlaner. They're not really going to have anyone. I mean, Supreme, again, 3 deaths from the Tiny. You're wanting more out of his Blink reveal.
Yep.
He's going to try and come through the portal, who will run into Infernal.
Okay, maybe
so this should be the first kill.
Yep.
Should be the first kill. No TPs are going to come down. And yeah, there we go. They're on the board.
Yeah. One thing that worries me slightly is the fact that right now, if you look at MOUZ, all the eggs are in one basket, and that basket is Bristle. But Legion kinda can handle him, I guess, with the duels, right? Like, you can turn him around and then kill him off with Luna. We'll see, we'll see. Tiny TPing top. Under vision, though.
Yeah, they know they're ready. It's just Armin and Supreme. And Mary's gonna pop out of the tree line, then all of a sudden they're gonna have some issues. Tries to terrorize away. Looks like Dark Willow will be able to escape, of course, but unfortunately Supreme will not have the ability to use Shadow Realm and get away.
What makes them think that they can kill anyone through Omni? That's something that it's still kind of weird to me. They're attempting these fights.
Force. Oh, they got the duel. Maybe they got coil. Okay, yeah, they got coil. It's gonna be another kill. Another one to add to the tally. Force tries to make up for the high ground, but the spell should be up shortly, along with the blink.
Maybe.
No, they'll get him.
He was close, he was close. Gotta give it to him. A nice attempt to escape, but yeah, at least didn't feed the duel. They need to find a way to kill the Omni first. If they want to get to the Luna, you need to go through Mary, and Mary so far is the MVP of this whole series for me. Like last game on that clockwork, he was doing some God's work from a position 5 clock. This time as well. Omni, Knight, definitely doing quite a lot too.
A very good showing out of Mary. Maybe he can take the looking for Team 5 out of his name. This is just a stack for the qualifiers. We'll see if they stick around, because
Mary is aiming for a tier 1 team, man. That's what's up.
See. Shooting high. See if you can respect it. Gotta aim high, Mary. With the play, serves something. I'm seeing everyone else at the moment look very, very good. Actually, who had that one death?
Legion.
Who had the death? Alright. Sorry, my friend. You're stuck in it. Speaking of Legion, Infernal.
Might get the second, yeah.
Continuing to get run down on the other side of the map. I mean, we'll keep speaking about bottom, but we do have another kill that's going on as well. Tiny's going to be able to TP out. Infernal will look to TP out. Everyone will TP out, apparently.
Yeah, you're happy with that if you're MOUZ, right? Like, your Tiny survives. You didn't get the kill on Legion, but at least your Tiny didn't die. The advantage, however, is growing. Muha now on 8k advantage on this Radiant squad. I'm going for Pike next. So Mask of Madness, Manta into a Pike. I guess it's not that bad. Like, you don't really need the BKB with all this repel shenanigans, so you can be a bit greedier with a Pike.
T2 tower, it's going to go down for free. As we're starting to swing Supreme over towards top, but still feeling like they are in...
Why is there a bounty on a cliff? Did someone dig?
I don't know what happened.
Narman is gone. Can we please show the bounty on a cliff? What the? Okay.
What actually happened?
Did someone like? There is no hooking or anything like that, so I guess someone
They
used
shoveled near the
shovel.
cliff?
Yeah, they shoveled near the cliff, and bounty just spawned on the cliff, and they forgot about it. Like that's the only thing I can imagine.
So
I
someone's
swear
gonna...
you can play a billion games of Dota and something is still gonna surprise you in the end. Like you'll still be surprised by something.
Oh,
Like this.
kind of looking for a
this
drill
guy.
kill. Easy. Wait, on it's here. Cool stuns, bro.
We should make a mini game, like Dota investigation.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What are we investigating?
We're investigating random events like this one. You just show us.
They see the bounty. They see it.
Yeah, they
They're trying to get it.
Up. He can't. He needed to blink. He had to blink. Yeah, nice.
Honestly,
Like,
sorry,
this-
because I was... Yeah, go, sorry.
Agatha Christie's Dota Mysteries. That's gonna be the name. You just show a screenshot, you know, like a screenshot of inventory, but it doesn't have to be only inventory. You show a screenshot and you're like, how did this happen? Give us the story. Like a bounty on a cliff. Is that
And
a
what,
monkey
is it
king?
the most accurate one? Or is it the craziest story that we can get surprised?
The accurate one. The accurate one, of course. That can be the most convoluted, crazy story, because if it's viable, then it's accurate.
Stories. Be able to get the wisdom. The rest of the team are trying to finish Roche, but Roche is at half, so they don't really want to go back to play around with the potential of the coil.
Yeah, even Dream Coil, like you said, but yeah. Dora is none to mention him. He's building towards Parasma, no defensive items needed for this pack, this game, which is a bit scary. Like if they get on top of him with some tiny plus brambles that you mentioned earlier, they might be able to kill him.
Not a bad Ag Shard, Bengen. Voodoo Sweet Shawu.
I love that every team, when Rush falls, runs straight into their Tormentor to kill it before the enemy team does. Because that's the first thing you do after taking Rush. You run into enemy Tormentors, you steal the tier 2 and the Tormi.
Want me triangle. Look to hold that area. Get a
Legion?
little bit more farm as well. Infernal looking for the jump on it. Own it, own it. Have enough movement speed to be able to just step on out. Dashes away. Borja will claim that bottom tier 2 tower. So the action's kind of slowed down, but we still only have one kill for MOUZ. It's 8,000. And a lot of that is off the back of the Luna. Muha feels strong enough to be able to just siege up the high ground.
I think he is as well. With the Sages, Kanda being purchased, like he could wait for it, but not really that necessary, right? Like with the Pike, with the Manta, and the crit.
They're gonna look for the toss back, maybe? Nice coil. Missed the toss anyway. And now Muha with the beams ramming down. Infernal's not gonna be quick enough before the damage to get the jewel out. And Supreme, he's gonna buy back if he wants to opt for it, but tier 3 down, so these glaives are gonna start to go to work. You got Puck just jumping the backline and making it very difficult with a spam of spells.
By the way, I don't think he missed the toss. I think it was the repel that prevented it. Not sure.
Infernal still looking for the duel, not gonna be able to find it. But the cast bounce back. A lot of damage gonna be reflected onto Force, but they just reset. I mean, what is the sustain from them? Like, no one took any damage besides Muha. What happened?
Yeah, that's the Omni Knight power right there. A little bit to press the attack as well, of course, but Omni Knight doing most of the work. The repel being absolutely broken, busted. Then on top of that, you've got purification, and that was without the shard. Like he doesn't even have the shard yet. They don't really need it. By the way, very quick, like I'm praising Mr. Meriadoc quite a lot, but very nice reaction on that tiny jump. Like he instantly repelled the Luna. So nicely done by him. Look at this mid. Look at this mid.
Oh no, don't do it. Okay. Infernal once again just a little bit too far away, unfortunately, to be able to get the jump. So have ages for another 2 minutes.
It is scary to push high ground. Like if he doesn't repel him fast enough, and they toss the Luna under the tier 4s, maybe that's an opportunity for a comeback. So 14k had 19-1. Maybe safer to just play the map a little bit. Draw them out, but they're going out. Okay.
It's like a bit of a desperation smoke. Force caught up inside the base. Him is looking for the long wraparound. Creeps are inside as well. They're going to get some pings out, so they know maybe something is going on. Oh, this is crazy. Is this really going to work? Supreme. Smoke pops. They're running to the sniper and... Uh-oh, okay. Run the other way. Now maybe they just go for the Timber. Dual Rays might be able to solo kill Force. This is a DD Puck. Oh my god, it's just... It hasn't been Force's game.
Yeah, he's really suffering. It was a nice attempt to wrap around. I have to commend them for doing that.
Duel over to the northern side.
But, yeah.
Couple of buybacks. Oh, they're not even going to catch anyone, Force. It's like a frustrated Timber chain in the middle, just wanting someone to be able to get the stuns up, but Supreme's Blink is continuing to be cancelled. The Illusion Glaives bouncing around. MOUZ's going to be able to land the beams down, and Force, that's going to be a dieback here for the Timber. I mean, this has got to be all. How are they still sticking around? This game, it has been over for a while. It's been a great showing from Dragon Esports. The front of the tier 3 tower, it's another kill going their way. Armageddon's going to look for the TP. They don't have a way to stop it. Own it. They are just kiting the Bristle back. MOUZ doesn't even care about hitting him from behind. MOUZ's just got so much damage. We'll turn to Benga next. Crit down, unstoppable streak. GG.
GG, yeah. This was a beatdown. 20 for 1, 20k advantage. Nothing really to talk about here. Omni Knight doing some God's work. Force on Timber, just not having a game. 0-7 on the Timber in the end. This was not a game to remember. I feel like it's just one of those that you have. I'm not sure as well, but Shadow Demon's Purge gets rid of literally everything in the game. It's it's like the heart of the spell. And another thing from Shadow Demon's Purge, it's constantly dispelling. It's like while it's on you, it keeps on dispelling the target, if it makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why they do not dispel. But regardless, and we know about that mechanic. We will see how we get ourselves.
And it's called Demonic Purge, and the description of the spell is it removes all the positive buffs. So it's a built-in thing in the spell that it removes all the buffs. So I don't know. It's kind of nuts. It says that repel is dispellable. Like when you go over that. When you go over
it can be though. That's the thing. I don't understand. Like again, like Shadow Demons could, and maybe there are probably others where you can dispel it as well. But apparently there are some things that don't. Like what? This is the first time I've seen that where like some soft dispels work, but then some other soft dispels don't work.
Exactly. I was confused as well. Like I played Ench versus Omni many times before, and I could dispel it, and then suddenly you can. It's just one of those things that got patched a bazillion times, and you don't even know where the head is and where the tail is anymore.
The battle begins.
It's gonna be some potential feature, right? It's just not a bug.
Yep.
They are features.
I'm sure someone in the chat knows exactly what the reason is, but. Yeah, we'll wait a little bit to read it. Learn
There's all
from
nerds.
Twitch chat, 11, 12, 13Kers.
I'm very intrigued on how this mid matchup is now going to go with the changes with the Invoker versus the Queen of Pain as well. Did go for the Masochist as the facet for the Quap.
He missed the first range creep, so I'm going to tell you Invoker is winning this. Like Quap had her first range creep denied. Unless Supreme misses his, Like he's winning this lane. I base it off of the first wave. I really do.
Okay. Well, let's see, Supreme. Are you going to be able to get that? We'll take a look. Well, you can keep eyes on mid, but top lane. Okay, we can go back to mid. We'll see. Did he get it?
No, not yet.
They're both still up. Both range creeps. Okay, this is a thing. Supreme, if he gets it, then he's going to win the lane. If he doesn't get it, then lane is apparently over. Okay, he's level 2. He should be able to get it now. Tries to time tornado.
Yeah.
Ah, he got both. Okay.
That's
lane over.
Lane over, we can look at anywhere else, basically. I'm telling you. He's winning this.
Top lane, that's where we go, apparently. So we'll take a look Infernal here for the MOUZ. Grandmaster MOUZ as well. So, see how he's going to be able to perform up against Ulnet. Don't have the easiest way to be able to guarantee for the arrow on Armageddon, which could be a little bit annoying for the Mirana.
Yep. But they can arrow the bristle away as long as repel is not around, so that's always something that you can play with. Also, Omni Knight, if he's being a bit too cocky, you can spear him into the tower. And on the bot lane, again, we have a Luna lane. This is, even for Primal plus Woodwing, this is annoying. There is one interaction between Primal and Enchantress, which is nice for Ench. Like, once he starts trampling, you can use Enchant on him. And then he's just too slow. Guys, mid lane, even though Supreme is about to feed, trust me, he's winning. In his head, he's winning. He got the range creeps, it doesn't matter.
The thing with the enchant as well is you can purge onslaught as well. I know you spoke about the trample, but also stopping the onslaught away. So that is another thing. The matchup is actually pretty decent. But then as the game goes on, like you can just have like overwhelming amount of magic damage, which can be a bit difficult then for Mary. But at least in the lane, it's pretty nice. We're seeing, honestly, everyone's having a good time in the lane so far. I mean, MOUZ is maybe only 8 last hits, but nonetheless, we are still yet to see our kills.
A very, very chill laning stage so far. Top lane, Bangan did manage to stack the small camp, so the next wave will most likely go away, which will put them in a sort of an advantage on top lane. At least when it comes to the lane equilibrium.
Bottom lane, making it go. We are getting dived into the tower, but the enchant, like you were saying, versus the trample is going to be able to stop a lot of the damage. So Force will still expend the resources. MOUZ is going to be put in a position where he has to pick up a salve and get that one delivered, but Mary still has some tangos to work with.
Yeah. Nice attempt with the Fortify as well, like fortify the creeps to be able to dive him, but yeah, it just wasn't happening. Healed up by Mary, like you mentioned. He's got that level 2 enchant now, can get maybe a little bit of a better creep to play around with on the bottom lane.
Importantly, we do see a rotation out of Bengen as to secure the water rune. Might be able to get a Cory Snipe too. Lane, Force, trampling down Mary, and onslaught damage going to be enough. MOUZ going to try and turn for the kill onto Narman, and we'll get it. So maybe if Narman stayed alive long enough to pop the mango and another bushwhack, it could have been a double kill for MOUZ down bottom, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case. So it's a different game 3 Lizard. You know, they've already got their first kill. We saw last time they had to really work for that one.
Yeah, like last time it took them like 15 minutes until they got a kill. This time around it's definitely looking much better. Even though Luna did get the free kill on her own, so she got full XP. Which is a bit scary, considering how well he played last game. Also, one extra difference is this Bristleback isn't supported by a Witch Doctor. Like, Witch Doctor is strong, but he's no Omni. Omni, on the other hand, can just make a huge difference in how this hero is played. The moment you get Aghanims, you're... Oh, Force, bot lane.
Yep, wipe.
I'm not sure about this.
What? Enchant's back up, Force is dead. Just... over... Wow, okay. I mean, just thought his position was a little bit better. With the opportunity to maybe go for a kill there, but just completely misreads it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe maybe some miscommunication with Narman, because that made no sense. Like, he's going in, meanwhile Hoodwink is going nowhere, just farming the waves, so they definitely miscalculated that one. Mary? Yeah, Narman? He should be fine, right? Yeah.
One small thing, Armageddon unfortunately is not going to... Well, he gets the power rune, so you don't give it to the Invoker, which isn't the worst thing, but just the fact that the Queen of Pain is unable to refill the bottle does take away MOUZ's bounty, bottom lane. Which will continue. Force this time looks like he will be successful, and he gets a really big kill onto Muha, so it's not first death of the game here for the carry on Dragon Esports. A little bit of revenge as well from how rough of a lane Force had last time.
That's what he did, right? Like, he fed on purpose a couple of times to make the Luna comfortable, and then he killed her. I see. Next level, Armageddon. He's dead, maybe even.
Yes, he is. No more leap charges, Force. This is going to feel quite relieving here for the Primal Beast. I mean, he is picking up some kills, top net worth. At least he's going to be able to play Dota. Apparently, MOUZ will be able to play Dota as well. Again, this is this much different. They've tripled their kill count.
Yeah, much closer start to the game. Much closer. Quap yet to make a move, actually. Like, all the plays were around the mid lane. No ulti used just yet on the Queen of Pain. Maybe slightly surprising, considering there's a lot of heroes that can be killed. Invoker's bottom, though.
And apparently Onit's coming through the portal too, so they don't just want the kill onto Mary. They really want Muha, and they're going to be able to get him. Onit slow. That'll help Supreme be able to close the distance. I mean, Dulray's going to try and tip in. What's the Queen of Pain really going to be able to do? Great timing out of the tornado. Gives Onit an opportunity to be able to get the healing thanks to Benkin. Well done. The spell casting for Supreme was perfect.
Oh, that tornado. I wonder if it was completely on purpose or if it was just like the right time at the right place, you know? But that tornado hurts. Like, they lose their mid and their safe lane. Yikes. That's plus, not only that, I really think if he jumped in and he used the ulti when he wanted to, I think he even saves Luna. I think he saves Luna and kills Bristle. Because Omni is too far. Like, everything happened just because of that one tornado. Nicely done by Supreme. Very well played.
So another Invoker performance we are seeing where this hero is having a lot of impact. And there was a long stage where I would see Invoker, see Quas works and be like, I don't know, dude, this hero just feels super lackluster. Like, you go Earn, then you go Midas, and then you kind of do nothing afterwards. But this new Invoker is doing so much. And bottom, the action, it's going to continue. Tharman's going to be able to get the catch onto the Enchantress. Force in with the magic damage to be able to deal with the Enchantress. So already continuing to see Naz. You've even got Supreme coming down bottom as well. They're already looking for the +1 and they might be able to get it. Armageddon is underneath the Observer. Supreme's going to have to do it by himself with the DD. It is about to expire, unfortunately. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Far out.
Those right clicks really hurt. I think, like, what's the difference with the Invoker? The difference is he's played, even though his item build looks kind of passive bot lane, they're TPing everyone in. But
is the item build passive?
No, so what I want to say is when you look at the item build, you're thinking, what the hell is this? Is this some carry hero? Like, is he gonna farm with this? What's going on? But hold that thought, Enchantress. Basically, why this item build works is because of the amount of active minutes you spend on the map. Like, you're constantly hunting, and while you are hunting, you're in Ghost Walk, and while you are in Ghost Walk, like, you're healing up. You're getting your mana back and your HP back, and it's a lot of mana. Like, it's like 10 per second. So you don't need a vessel, you don't need a null talisman, you don't need anything like that. You can literally just go for 2 raid bans and you're constantly full mana, or at least 50% mana wherever you go. It's a huge difference in the playstyle of the hero when all you need is one clarity and you always have resources to make plays. Like, you can always cast your spells.
I think also just another thing, that the fact that like you are able to go the double Wraithband treads is you don't seem to have a damage issue in the early game, which is something we saw quite often with the Invokers, where there was like you would use your combo like, you know, Crossworks or Tornado, EMP and Cold Snap, and they would just be able to escape on a slither of health. You were lacking it. Honestly, maybe even just like the attack speed. You get a couple more like Cold Snap procs, maybe a little bit so damage and stun lock, and it just, out of this hero, again, for honestly, a long time when I saw Invoker, I'm like, okay, I'm really favoring the other team. It's not seeming to be the case anymore. Like, this hero looks quite good.
Yep. He does. The only maybe slight issue that I have is with his scaling, but it's still solid. It's still alright, and you can always play around the alacrity, right? Like, eventually you just pop that alacrity on someone. The EMP shard is really annoying too. I don't know. Overall, I like Invoker. I completely agree with you. I think this hero is in the best spot he's been in maybe even years.
Yes. Yeah, for a very long time.
Radiant's bottom
We are seeing a collapse on the mid lane. You have a shield rune. I don't know if this is going to happen. I mean, a little bit awkward as well. Like, Force uses Pulverize, but you want a Tornado to purge off the shield rune. You don't have to commit too much, though. You're going to smoke instantly. I mean, and that's exactly... So you don't have to commit much. You're ready to go. Straight away. Smoke up. Look for another kill. Might just be Mary, which is a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, she pings out Norman. Now she sees Invoker as well. Heal is there.
Bit difficult. Yeah, with the level 6, it's not easy. Supreme has to overcommit. Force is now going to move on over, but you do have Mulha. Oh, the Blade Mail. They're going to charge him down. Force, doesn't get one more beam off. And Force, though, he does have Bengen nearby. Oh, Jesus, I thought he sidestepped the Sonic Wave.
It was really close. Like, he almost did. Like, it looked like he was about to sidestep it too. I like that he went for Blade Mail, by the way. I think it's something they missed in the last game they played against Luna. Of course, they had Timber, and also in the first game when played against Wind Ranger, they didn't buy Blade Mail. I think this item is very strong against the current set of position 1s, so it's always nice to get it. Mid lane. Rise is there.
Potential kill, Infernal. Tries to play around with the arena, but the arena will be wasted. 4 heroes from MOUZ looking good. 10-3. And we have not spoken about Own It. He is starting to wrap on Mary. The Dino being able to charge forward. This is going to be a secondary kill to add to the tally. MOUZ, they have got every single hero here. It's got to be enough, right? Alright, looks like it will be.
Yeah, I think they can kill this position 5. The 5 of them. I think it is possible. Yeah, nicely done by them. Good movements across the map. Wishblade now actually on the Invoker. No Maid Slayer. Wants to be pew-pewing with those right clicks.
has fallen.
And Primal Beast, one of the very nice things about this hero is like his cooldowns. Like, his ultimate is on a 40-second cooldown level 1, which allows him to constantly play the map. Especially with this Blade Mail. Moha, yeah, I am not sure about this play. Not gonna happen. Dual raise.
Actually, yeah, jumps into the lane. Dual raise. He's got Infernal nearby, but without the arena, there's nothing really that can pin Supreme up to. So they're in a lot of danger. Supreme able to stand over to the right side, protected with Force acting as a bodyguard, and potentially Bengen as well if they need the Omni Knight spells. And Supreme's actually looking for an angle to maybe go back in if he can see this opportunity. Ghost walked up, entering the lane, maybe got a glimpse of Dual Rays walking to the high ground. Force doesn't have the Pulverize, which could be an issue. They're going to go to the triangle instead, because they've got Own It swinging around. They'd love to kill into the Luna. Unfortunately, Mulha is going to be able to dance over to the west side. Infernal Arena is back up now. They didn't have this previously. Meanwhile, Supreme's also solo killing the Queen of Pain, just able to get the blink away at the last second. Has enough mana, but that means you don't have the Queen of Pain for this skirmish. And now Force, he's got the combo out onto Mulha. They got the damage, so Own It, nothing to fear. Give him the Omni Knight protection. Allow him to dive under the T2 tower. It is a night and day different from MOUZ. This game 3 is all theirs for the taking.
It's literally like we got the same game, like game number 2, but in the opposite direction. Like this Omni Knight is just making a huge difference in games. Like I'm telling you, like Mary playing Omni Knight last game basically made that game possible. Made that whatever 15-0 score, and now it's Bengham playing the Omni Knight on the other side, and they're just unable to kill anyone. Like they did get 3 kills, but yeah, not too many. And now you have this Aghanim's Bristleback plus Omni behind him. Good luck killing anyone. This might just go the same way. This game might be over in like 2-3 minutes.
It's really looking like that's going to be the case. Jumped into Supreme that was waiting. Blink's going to be back up soon.
Yeah, like Luna can't even use ulti versus this Blade Mill. She's too worried. She's just going to die to it. They have Break versus Mary as well, but yeah, just a bit too deep. Don't want to overcommit. They're pinging out the Luna. It's hard to kill her during nighttime. Like she always sees you before you get on top.
Must be so frustrating for them to try and find farm across the map. Like your triangle exactly where you want to be is not available. So,
Yeah,
like you said, yeah, he's got to find. That's true. Yeah, and look at the wards as well. Like at the remnant of the T1 tower top, at the outpost. They found him. Supreme.
Yeah, I love this.
And again, he knows. Yeah. Just like, what are you gonna do, bro? They kill Ownit, so yeah, we'll continue to watch this because we were waiting for a support to show up. But on the other side, they actually bring Ownit down.
We got baited as well. Omni was not there in the right position. Mary as well. They tried to go on him, but this just isn't enough damage. And nicely done. Like, look, the kill on Ownit is massive. Killing Luna is kind of to be expected, because she's just trying to find farm in most dangerous places. Killing Bristle, however, that one is a bit out there. They caught Omni as well.
Maybe blading a couple of kills, force the bait of the charge. They all started to run away, but as soon as the onslaught didn't come out, they turned back around to go for the kill.
These arrows are not connecting, but he does have a shard already on Mirana, so a lot of damage being dealt by him. Already, only one bracer, very disappointed though. Supreme. He's moving in.
Moving in for another kill by the looks of it. Infernal's gonna go down, and they have this lane shoved out down bottom as well, so we'll see if they're maybe going to look to try and transition to a little bit of damage onto the tower. Or if they are spying even another objective or even another kill. Mulha, they go to the left instead though. Oh, a little bit late. They almost were able to cut off the retreat.
Yeah. There's an Atos on Armin, so I expected him maybe to even try and go on that, but a bit too deep. Still though, you're shoving this Luna away from creeps. It's hard. Like, you do have Windlace, you've got Mask of Madness and Yasha, but it's still very difficult for Luna to find her place on this map. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. They might try to go on Mirana mid.
I'm gonna start. And Supreme to finish. 2-point stun strike, but still doing a decent chunk there. I mean, a lot of the damage must have been from Armin though. I don't know why. Can you see the death summaries? I can't. Mine's just not available. It hasn't been available for a while.
Yeah, I didn't see it right now as well.
How are you getting it up? What's going on? How much was it? 1,000 from the Hoodwink. Okay. I can't click it. Like above the hero. Must be some. There's got to be somewhere else. Top lane.
I can see.
Okay, well they've got the Luna, and this is the big issue, right? With how far ahead MOUZ are. Ownit again is a little bit away, but Bengen, importantly, this time they've got the Omni Knight here. Omni's actually just running down a couple of the other heroes, looking to try and create some space, give some breathing room for Ownit, and now Ownit, he's going to turn around in hand. I'll be able to catch up to Mary. Force comes charging over the top. Armageddon looking for the finishing blow onto the Omni, but that's not going to happen. And now he's in trouble. Tornado lined up from the low ground. Armageddon's going to give up another kill.
That arrow. Not sure, maybe he was trying to get the Wild Wing Ripper before he died, you know, get that one CS in at least. But the power of Invoker as well is the map is massive, but he's like a Ricky, he's just hunting you down constantly. And he's losing nothing, he's losing no resources while he does this. Actually, more than that, he's gaining resources. Like he's getting mana and HP while he's hunting you from the Ghost Wall. So as Luna, you want to be farming somewhere on the outskirts of the map, like all the way north or all the way south, but you can't because Invoker is on you, hunting you.
Invoker, it's not just the Invoker as well, Brad. Like it's Naaman's potentially hunting you. Hoodwink is a very mobile hero that can catch these split pushing heroes because of the scurry. Primal Beast is pretty decent at that as well. So it's just like all of these heroes. And you constantly see how they're playing, right? I mean, now it's a little bit different because you are strong enough to be able to get this tower. But previously, it's just like you are sweeping across the map. And Armageddon's going to run into Force and Supreme. It should be a kill. Another leap back up. They're kind of ready on the high ground. Maybe seeing if there's an opportunity to jump in the middle. Supreme is in some danger. There's a lot of damage with the combat for the Queen of Pain. Supreme, that's going to go down. Force, oh my god, look at the Primal Beast. Force is in, amplified damage up here for the Dino. And he will clean up.
Yeah, they lose 3 Muha on top lane as well. Only he's got that Bloodstone to work with, so even though he's got 50% HP, he isn't really that worried of the Eclipse. But yeah, he decides not to. They did get the Invoker at least. It's not great, of course, for Dragon Esports. It's very bad. Force with the double damage just destroyed them. They like those 3 heroes just don't possess the firepower needed to kill anyone. Like you can kill something like an Invoker, but 100% you're going to die afterwards.
Die they did, unfortunately. Dragon Esports 17,000 deficit. This is a... I mean, what's the probability it look like as well? 6%, so put in a position where it is getting to the stage where it's almost impossible. Unfortunately, that will be the end of their road here in the qualifiers if that does come to be.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's looking very likely. With the Sage's pick up on Allnit, like you couldn't kill him before, now it's going to be even harder. But I have to say the game is... look, 16k advantage, it's huge advantage, but it's closer than the last one. It's still like maybe playable by Radiant.
They're gonna get him, Supreme. And the rest of the boys, they're gonna be here pretty shortly. Gleipnir from afar.
Eclipse...
it's just a zoning one really, but it's not doing a whole lot. Sharpshooter from downtown, Naaman, pinpoint accuracy.
From the parking lot. Yeah, they're just like you said. They're too far ahead. 16k difference. Looking a bit better than the last game, but still, this is very difficult to play. Mirana trying to split push a little bit. I think that's something that not something. That's the only thing they can resort to. Infernal.
Yeah, but unfortunately you haven't... Can they keep this range creep alive? Ornit's gonna run up. They do have a glyph if they want to use it to keep the tower alive. Okay, somehow aggro... what? What did you see that? When did the aggro change? I don't know. Anyway, maybe Ornit clicked the aggro onto the range creep. Doesn't matter. They got the mid lane coming in pretty shortly. So backdoor protection won't be that much of an issue. Tier 2 tower's gonna go down mid.
They're waiting for Mars, like maybe with some crazy arena and Eclipse, the defense is possible. We run a top lane. He's dead. Muha What are you doing, Muha? Where are you going, Muha?
Underdone Bengen. Maybe looking for Onip. They've done an okay job to push the Omni Knight away from the Bristle, but this is a Bristle with an Aegis, so it's so difficult. You don't want to be put in a position where you need to use everything to kill him. And then on the respawn, you won't have anything left. Supreme, it's given enough time for the Invoker to join along with Force and meanwhile Onip. He's just solo killing Muha. Muha, he just doesn't have the damage. Onip shrugs it off. They're going to call it quits. And MOUZ, they will live to see another day.
Yeah, it definitely looked like they were giving up the moment Luna was chasing down that Omni and Bristle. It looked like we were done with this game. That's why I said, what the hell. So, yeah, unfortunate for Dragon Esports Club. What is fortunate is that